This week, different committees at Parliament started executing their duties, though the previous committees saw their leaders not happy with some of the committee members who they say engaged themselves in corruption. The same issue was raised during the sitting of the Parliamentary Business Committee, which prompted the Government Chief Whip Thomas Tayebwa to meet the leaders of the different committees and warn them against this vice.
A task, because it's an outcry everywhere. I wanted them to know that we are watching closely, that we are deploying all means possible to identify cases of corruption, and any leader we find involved in cases of corruption, either in or outside the Parliament, will lose their position. The same applies to members. Members going to MDAs and all that asking for money. That has to stop. But also, the MDAs, the accounting officers, coming and tempting our members with the goodies of saying cover for us because of ABCD. That one, the moment we know, we shall bring it to the attention of the appointing authority, and action will be taken.
In the same closed-door meeting, the issue of disagreements between legislators on these committees was brought up.
Because they are our cadres, we deployed them, and we are the government, we are the party in charge of government. So it's the main issue, but also I had to emphasize the issue of discipline. The issue of discipline in terms of attendance, in terms of reducing fightings in committees, creating harmony. The message which the President gave the Cabinet, this is also his Cabinet in Parliament. So he would want them to be patriotic. He would want them to be cohesive in whatever they are doing. He would want them to focus on issues that are very critical for the country, not trivial issues of order, of what, no, very, very strategic issues.
We were able to speak to the chairpersons of some of the committees who gave different opinions, as some blamed it all on the NRM government.
This country is a cancer. Even those who are fighting corruption, you could even look behind themselves when they are corrupt. However much you may try to sensitize them about the dangers of corruption, when the government itself is not committed, the big fish in government are not committed to fighting corruption, they are just wasting time. I would wish maybe could call them as a whole house we always do, and we continue resensitization of the dangers of corruption.
Here, corruption is there, but I am not sure because I have not seen. I have only seen one member of Parliament who was a minister some time back who was caught red-handed. But all these things I have not seen anyone. I hear members of Parliament are bribed, but there is no evidence. So unless there is evidence on table, that's when I can confirm that they are bribed.
They further discussed about the fights that usually happen between the different members of Parliament on the committees.
Even if you sit on a small committee like government assurance, it's you members who can make it vibrant, especially in the public. So for me, I would maybe advise them that whichever committee you are given, try to do your best such that you can make that committee one of the best committees in Parliament, because it is all about the output of members of Parliament that make that committee to be either good or bad.
Again, in fights, then that is going to affect the operation of the committees, and if the operations of the committees are affected, then definitely the country will get issues, will get problems. So I think that is very important, and we need to move like that. We put our NUP, our NRM, our independent views, our political parties aside, and then come and deliberate on issues that are going to affect, to help the country to move forward.
Committees, we have had very rare fights, but normally it's because of lack of transparency amongst the leaders in executing the roles given to these committees. For example, travels, for example, fair treatment, even giving members a chance to all participate in the debates during these committee sittings. So basically, it all stems from the leadership, but I'm sure this time around we have very good leaders in these committees, and we hope to perform as expected.
This story has been compiled by Issa Chigongo for Channel 44 Prime News.